Now we're recording. Annabelle, I'm going to get the better tripod for tomorrow. Okay. So, on the count of three, let's say hi. Hi, Finn and Emma. Hello. Okay, so Finn and Emma, we've been learning, and I forgot to get the recording started. So what we're doing right now, Finn and Emma, is we are doing a 194 times 12. Grayson did the multiplying in the ones, and he said 194 times 2 is 388. Annabelle multiplied in the tens, and she said she put her placeholder 0. And then she said 194 times 1 is 194. And now Jaden is adding. And Jaden so far has added 8 plus 0 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12, and we had to regroup. So we're pretending there's a 1 here. So Jaden, we have 3 plus 1. What's 3 plus 1, Jaden?
4.
Plus 9, or 9 plus 4?
9. 13.
Good. And then we have to regroup another 1 above the 1 that's already in the second step. So what's 1 plus 1?
2.
And Jaden, where does the comma go in 2, 3, 2, 8?
Between the 2 and 3.
And it's the first part, yeah, because we have a 3 and a 2 there. Jaden, what is our product?
2,328.
Okay, so let's see if Jaden and Annabelle and Grayson got it right. 2,328. Give them all a hand. Now, not a new skill. All we did was add a third digit. Okay? You have how many problems tonight? 4. 3 on the top. 1 word problem. If you'd like to do extra, you can. You don't have to do the first 3. You can do any 3 that you'd like. Let's look in the book at the example on page 288. Any of you have cell phones yet, or are y'all too young for cell phones?
I am not.
Do y'all have data and everything?
I have unlimited data.
Really? Emma, will you read that word problem at the top of 288? Emma's going to read the word problem on 288.
Rose uses about 275 minutes on her cell phone each month. How many minutes does she use in a year?
Now, this is an old book because that was before unlimited data and minutes. Several years ago, this book's about 10 years ago, when my boys were a little bit older than you because they did not have cell phones when they were in 4th grade, but we were always going over our minutes, and it would cost us money, okay? So thankfully, we pay a lot more now, but you get unlimited talk and text. So, Emma, what is the problem that you're working on in step 1? Tell us.
We're working on
What are the numbers? What factors would we be multiplying?
2,075 times 12.
Did you say 2,000 or 200?
275
Oh, good. 275 times 12. Dawson, are the steps going to change here with this problem? Are they going to change? 275 times 12? Are we still going to multiply on our ones first? Good. This is what I'd like you to point out to you. Luke, in the middle of the page, there's a red word that has an E at the beginning. What does it suggest you do before you multiply 275 times 12? Estimate. Why did they say estimate 300 times 10? Because our problem was 275 times 12.
Because they rounded.
They rounded. So Luke, they rounded 275 up to what?
300.
They rounded 12 down to?
10.
And they got an estimated product of what, Luke?
3,000.
3,000. So when you go through the same steps, and you do go through the same steps, your numbers are a little larger. That's why I decided to only have you do 4 problems tonight. But the steps are the same. First step, we multiply in our what, Abby?
You multiply it in your ones.
In our ones. If you do not want to put the 275 times 2 right under, you can go off to the side. You do 275 times 2 and it equals 550. Step 2 is what, Dawson?
Multiply 275 times multiply 275 by 110.
Good. Now, that sounds weird, 110. The 1 is in the 10 spot, and they don't really ring the bell, but we know to do what when we're multiplying in our 10 spot? What do we make? 0. We make it and mean it. We what? Make it and mean it. So Dawson says we've got to put our placeholder 0. Then we just have 1 times 275. Dawson, anything times 1's always itself, isn't it? So then we just put the 275 down. And then we have the 0 there. What's our third step, Colson?
Add the products.
And you see that they added it? Here is the colorful partial products. Besides the fact that it's colorful, why would somebody like it, Colton? Why would somebody like to break down 275 into 270 and 5? Why would they want to break 12 into 10 and 2? Why would they want to do that?
Because it's easier.
Why do you think it's easier for some people?
Because you don't have you just have 0 and the 1 with it.
Right. Good. Now, I went to some teacher training online. I've been 9 hours I've been doing. It's been about an hour and a half. I've had 6 sessions. And one of the last things I did was discuss 2-digit multiplication. Pretty convenient time for me to be doing this, right? And this is what the person on the other end, she said to me. Because I told her, I said, my students don't like that partial product. They think it's just too much work. She said, how are they doing on the standard algorithm? You know, where you do the pencil and paper? And I said, this was yesterday. After I'd looked at some scores. And I'm like, well, they say they want to do it that way, but then a lot of them are just getting off the track. They're having a car wreck, or they've got it like a flat tire. She says, well, then they don't truly understand it well enough to do that way. Now, I don't know which bucket you fall in. I could guess based on your grade on this quiz, but you know what? You are more than your grades. You are more than your grades. You are a unique person that God made, and you are a hard worker. Maybe you got in a hurry yesterday. Maybe you had a brain fart. I had one person in Fort Greene. He takes his test in the learning lab. I said, well, here's your score. And I said, how many of these do you do on your own? I said, what happened? I don't know. I just don't know. It's just, I got in there and it's so hard to write it all out, and I just don't know. I said, so you're telling me you could have told somebody and they could have written exactly what you wanted that was on your brain, in your brain? He goes, I think so. So we didn't really know that. So it might be something where when it's multiple steps like this, you may need to talk it out to somebody. Okay? Talk it out. You are more than your grades. Brady? Sure. Now let's go to the problem. Let's go to another problem. Okay, now, before we go on, here was the problem that we just did together. I want to make sure, and I'm going to turn off both lights. Thank you. And next time we're supposed to let as few people as possible touch things. Melanie, are you guys okay back there? You're not too cool?
No.
You're okay? Okay, good. Now, I can't have eyes in the back of my head, even though I like you to think I do. Now, when Colton said some people like things that are more simple, they really like things with zeros, okay? Instead of 194, they did 100 plus 90 plus 4. That's called the expanded value. Do you remember that? And we did it at the beginning of 4th grade, the expanded value. Do you remember place value? We had to write out the word form. We had to write out expanded form. And down here they didn't do 12, or on this side, not down here. They did 10 and 2. Trust me, this is still 194 times 12. Now here's where I wish I had my eyes in the back of the head. Luke, what's your burning question?
Can I go to the bathroom?
I don't know, can you? Do you want to say, may I use the restroom, please?
Yeah,
You may. Hurry back. Now, follow my fingers. 100 times 10.
1,000.
100 times 2.
200.
Do you know that's the same as saying 12 times 100? I just did. I broke it apart. Okay? 90 times 10.
900.
90 times 2.
180.
Okay? So far, so good. 4 times 10.
40.
4 times 2.
8.
So, what do you do when you get all this colorful box made? What do you do, Brady? You got 1,000, 200, 900, 180, 40, and 80.
Add them up.
Add them up. How many of you knew that? Wave to Brady. Good job. That's the partial product. Do not be afraid to do that on, how many problems are you doing for your homework?
4.
3 on the top, 1 word problem. Total of
4.
4. I couldn't do that, couldn't I? Okay, let's look in your book. Let's look on 289. I'm getting my Smarties out, okay? I just put a new package of Smarties in the pants. Okay? I'm ready to give some out. We are going to, in our notebook, we are going to do problem number 1 and problem number 3. Okay, so please write them in your notebook. Leave plenty of room. Please, don't scrunch them all up and don't be messy. Number 3 has money. Is it any different to multiply money?
No.
Question, Mary Kate?
Can I have to do number 1?
Sounds like it'd be good, but since we're doing Smarties, I probably need to pull sticks. And maybe I'll pull your stick. You can choose 1 or 3 if I pull your stick. You're writing these in your notebook, right?
Yeah.
See how nice and big I'm writing these? And 135 times 8. Before we start, I want to know, if I said, could you estimate, what would 703 round to, Colton?
700. So are we estimating?
No, we're going to do that just to make sure we don't get all trade wrapped. Grayson, what do we round 89 to if we're going to estimate? 90 or 80? 90. Okay. What's my basic fact, Annabelle? 700 times 90.
7 times 9.
Which is?
63.
Good. And then here's the tricky part. Jaden, count the zeros.
2.
How many, Jaden?
3.
Where does my comma go, Jaden?
After the 3.
Good. What is my estimated product, Jaden?
63,000.
So we better get a real product close to $63,000 or we got off the track, right? Now, here's where I pull the sticks. I'm getting hand sanitizer. And I'm pulling 3 sticks. Oh, wait a minute. Before I do that, let's go ahead and estimate on number 1. Colson, 135. Would that go up to 200 or down to 100?
Down to 100.
How about 18, Colson?
Up to 20.
Okay, what's my basic fact, Colson?
1 times 2.
Which is?
2.
How many zeros? Melanie.
3.
Where does my comma go, Melanie?
Between the 2 and the 0.
And what is my estimated product, Melanie?
2,000.
Okay, so we want to make sure we're pretty close to that. Now here's where I pull the stick. Let me get my Smarties out. My pants almost wouldn't even stay on the hanger, it was so full. Okay.
Wow.
Don't say anything. Thank you. finish your problem, okay? Which one do you want to do? Number 1 or number 3? Okay. Why don't you choose 1? I'm just curious. Is it because you think the factors are going to be easier to multiply? Okay. Anybody else think number 1 has easier factors? Why are they easier, Brady?
Because
I see 2 1s there. Are 1s pretty easy facts? Okay. So Lily, where do we start? Let me get a different color. Where do we start? We start in our 10s or our 1s? Okay, is everybody back? I'm going to close the door because it's kind of noisy. Okay. Lily, we start in our 10s or 1s? You have to speak up. Okay? We pretend we don't see the 10s. What do we do?
5 times 8.
Is? Good. We regroup a 4. What do we do next? Which is? You can use your name tag if you don't know it. 3 times 8. Plus 4. We regroup a 2. 8 times 1. Plus 2. Okay. We don't even need to put our comma in there. Good? Ready? Okay. The next person to help her, Emma Yates. Emma, we're going to multiply in our 10s. What do you want to do first? Good, because it's not really 1, it's 10. Okay? What do we do next?
5 times 1 is 5.
Okay?
3 times 1 is 3.
Okay?
1 times 1 is 1.
Okay. Now, it didn't cause us any trouble this time, but if I move to my 10s, I might be wise to erase my regrouping from my 1s, right? Or just mark through it. Mr. Klein calls it cleaning it up, right? Hey, Dawson Heil. See, who did that? Ooh. Dawson Heil, what is our 3rd step, buddy? We multiplied our 1s, we multiplied our 10s. What do we do next? Good. Talk to me.
0 plus 0, 0. 13.
How much?
13.
Okay. That's a 1.
4.
Good. And
2.
where does our comma go, Dawson?
In between the 2 and 4.
What is our final product, Dawson?
2,430.
Is he right?
Yes.
Good job. Give all 3 of those people a hand. Good ones. Got it? Now, is it in your notes?
Yes.
Is 2,430 close to 2,000?
Yes.
Yes, so we didn't train right there. On number 3, I'm going to ask, I can't use her, she's not here. Wish I could. Mary Kate McDowell, I really did just pull you out. Mary Kate, where do we start? 703 times 89.
3 times 9.
Good, because we try to pretend we don't even see the 8. What is 3 times 9?
27.
We regroup a 2.
0 times 9.
Uh-huh.
0 plus 2 is 2.
Good.
And then 7 times 9.
Which is?
63.
Good. We don't need to worry about our commas. Is she right? Alright? You may. I'm glad I didn't throw it yet. Do you have hand sanitizer?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else is helping her? Colson Schmidt. Colson Schmidt. You're going to multiply in the what? In the what?
The 10s.
Okay. Just leave the bag there in case Colson wants. Now, Colson, we're going to forget about the 1s and we're going to multiply in our 10s. And Colson, I gave some really wise advice. I said you either erase your regrouping from the ones or you mark through it. Mr. Kahn says mark through it. I like to erase it. Step 2, what do we do first?
7 times 3.
What'd you say?
Oh wait, no.
Because 7 and 3 are in the same number.
3 times 0. Wait.
Well, they're in the same number. Over here, we put a big red 0. You think we should put that big red 0 down there
Yeah.
under 7? Now, we are multiplying the other part of 89, which is 8, times 703. So it's just like we saw 703 times 8. Would we start 8 times 7 or 8 times 3?
8 times 3.
Good. What is it?
24.
Good. We regroup a 2. Now we have 8 times 0.
0.
Plus 2.
2.
And 8 times 7.
56.
Good. Big numbers here. And the last person. Uh-oh. Oh, it's over here. Jaden! Woohoo! Jaden Eubanks. What are we doing?
Adding
Okay? Talk to me, sweetheart.
7 plus 0 is 7. 4 times, no, 4 times. 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5.
Good.
6 plus 6 is 12. And 1 plus 5 is 6.
Where do I put our comma?
Between the 2 and the 5.
Excellent. How do we say our answer, Jaden?
62,567.
Let me see if you're right. And we put our dollar sign back, right, Jaden?
Yes.
Okay, do you have both of these in your notes? Give all 3 of them a hand. Are you good with the Smarty? Good catch. Okay. We have, Lily, you're supposed to tell me how much time's left. You're supposed to tell me when there's 10 minutes. How much?
3 minutes.
Oh, Lordy. We've got to do our 2 problems on our repeat side. And I'm just going to call on some people.
Wait, this Colson.
Can I erase the ones that...
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Colson.
Can I have a hard candy?
Yes, you may. Where'd it go? Thank you, Luke, for looking out for your friend. Wasn't personal. Good. Okay, so let's put our big book in our backpack.
Can I get candy and get a card?
I'll think about it, but I may have to just get one person to walk me through the whole problem. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay, now may I erase these?
It's going to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be ultimate.
We're on our loose leaf paper. We're doing the 2 problems on the repeat side. Make sure you leave lots of room. Lots of room. The 2 problems are, this is on repeats, this is on your loose leaf. $419 times 24. And 553 times 36. Make sure you have them written neatly on your loose leaf. Luke Glass. Luke, which one are you going to do for us?
Number 1.
Number 1. You all have your pencils ready, right? Luke, should we go ahead and put our placeholder 0 in the second step?
Yeah.
We can put our plus sign. Okay? Okay, Luke, talk to us.
First you do 4 times 9.
Which is?
36.
We regroup a 3.
Then you do 4 times 1.
Which is?
4.
Plus 3.
7. Then you do 4 times 4.
Which is?
16.
Okay. Luke, is step 1 finished?
Yes.
Good. Step 2, we've already put in our placeholder 0. We forget about the 4.
You erase the 3 and the regroup.
Good. That's really wise. What do we do next?
You multiply 2 times 9.
Which is?
18. Then you you multiply 2 times 1.
Which is
2,
plus 1,
3. And then you multiply 2 times 4.
which is
8.
what's your last step, Luke?
Add them together.
Okay, talk to me.
0 times 6
Or
is,
plus 6.
or 0 plus 6 is 6. 7 times 8 is 15. Or 7
7
plus
plus
8
8.
is 15.
Regroup.
And then 6 plus 3 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. And then 8 plus 1 plus 1 is 10.
Whoops.
Whoa.
Where does my comma go, Luke?
In between the zeros,
Okay, what is my product?
10,056.
How many of you got that? Wave to Luke.
Hi.
2 Smarties.
Ooh, can I have hard candy?
I can. Okay. Will you keep that one and give it to your brother or something?
Yeah.
How's Carter doing? Is he 8th grade?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now make sure you have this on your loose sleeve. Dawson, you're holding scissors. Did you write the answers down? You're supposed to write them on your loose sleeve, right, Annabelle? Good. Everybody else write on your loose sleeve?
Oh, I
Lily didn't stop. I'm sorry? Okay, as long as you have it, okay? Now, this one is going to be Annabelle Mormon. Annabelle, talk to me.
6 times 3 is 18. And 6 times 5 is 30,
Plus 1.
31. And then 6 times 5 again is 30,
Plus
plus
3.
33.
I like it when you have the same fact, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what do we do next? We've already taken care of our placeholder 0.
We pretend the 6 isn't there. 3 times 3 is 9.
Good.
And 3 times 5 is 15.
And we better erase those so we're not confused. 3 times 5 is 15. We had to regroup at 1.
And 3 times 5 again is 15.
Plus 1.
16.
Okay. What do we do last, Annabelle?
We add them together. 8 plus 0 is 8. 1 plus 9 is 10, and we have to regroup the 1. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And 6 plus 3 is 9. And 1 plus nothing is 1.
Where does my comma go?
After the second 9. No, after the first 9.
And what is our product?
19,908.
How many of you got that? Wave to Annabelle. And Annabelle, you like hard candy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Now leave those out. Make sure you have them on your loose sleeve.
Everybody say bye to the next one. 1, 2, 3.
Bye.